Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something very different than I've done on this channel before. It is something that is circulating YouTube right now, and I thought it was actually a really great idea, so I figured I would do my own little version of it. And this is an anti-haul, if you can't tell from the title. And basically what an anti-haul is I'm going to basically tell you stuff that I'm not going to be buying, stuff that may be really hyped up, or something that is new and exciting that's releasing into the beauty community that personally I will not be picking up for myself. I do have a video on this makeup look. It may or may not be up before this, but as soon as it is up, I will have it linked below if you guys are interested. I used the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. It's such a gorgeous palette. I very highly recommend picking it up. But without further ado, I'm making this intro super long. Let's jump straight into my anti-haul. Alright, first thing that I'm not going to be buying is something that I feel like is going to be very, very hyped up in the beauty community for quite a while. It is just recently releasing. People are getting their PR packages, and that happens to be the Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette. And honestly, if I'm being 100% real to you guys, I feel like it reminds me a lot of the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. It has similar colors to it. It has highlights, it has a bronzer, and a blush. And I know mine is like super dirty and nasty, but to just disregard that, it has a blush that I feel like is very similar to this one here. I can't exactly tell you if the highlights look exactly the same as the Becca palette, but something else that I did notice is that just straight up, even without looking at the product inside, I feel like the packaging for this palette is also very similar to the Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's just, I feel like I've seen it before. And to be honest with you, I've seen a few swatches of some of the colors in the palette, and it's just not anything that really spoke to me. This palette retails for $46, which is pretty typical for Becca. I do really still love Becca. I use their priming filters and, you know, some of their highlights, and I really do love the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette that I bought. But to be honest with you, it's not something that I'm going to be buying. Another thing that I'm not going to be purchasing is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in Your Glow. I believe I just saw Kathleen Lights actually talk about this in one of her videos. She did like a little try on, like testing out products or something along the lines of that. She tried it, and I kind of agree with what she said. Basically what it is it's supposed to be your highlight, your bronzer, and your blush all in one palette, and you kind of swipe it across the whole palette and put it all over. Personally, I wouldn't really want my bronzer, highlight, and my blush to kind of all be mixed together, and I feel like it would look really odd on my skin type. I'm just not really a huge fan of the concept of this product in general. I mean, that's really all that I have to say about it. The next thing I will not be purchasing is something that I believe a lot of people are agreeing with me as well, is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek Palette. First of all, I really don't see many of these colors that I would use for my cheek at all. I see a lot of darker colors. I see a blue, a purple, I see some greens, some darker brown shimmery color. Although this would be gorgeous on your lids, I personally think that I'm not a huge fan of palettes that don't come already with, you know, transition shades. I want a palette that I can take with me and be set to go. I don't want to bring 2 or 3 different palettes, so I have a transition shade and some highlight shades, and then my, you know, my pops of color. I like everything to kind of be all in one area, and if it isn't, it has to be something that really wows me and like knocks it out of the park, and I just don't feel like this product knocks me out of the park. I just feel like it's one of those products that people buy because it's new and exciting, and you know, it's Tarte and all this stuff, but I just don't feel like it's anything special, to be completely honest with you. My next thing that I'm not going to be purchasing is the new Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star collection, is that what they call that? Or any of them, to be completely honest with you. I feel like the packaging is really extra, and I feel like what you're paying for is 99% of packaging. And considering the fact that the packaging is like a little plastic, like kind of the stuff that you see like your Ipsy gets delivered in, kind of something like that, but it's clear, like see-through, and it's got sparkles on the inside, like little sequins. And I just don't feel like, I mean, this product is $130, guys. $130, and I feel like the whole reason you're buying it is for the packaging. And it's just insane to me. Hold on. It comes with an eye brush. It comes with, looks like an eyeliner of some sort, and then it looks like it comes with 4 eyeshadows and then this clear stuff at the end. I'm not really sure what that is, but you'll see the picture. I'll have it like right here or something like that. But I just don't feel like that's enough product for $130. I feel like that's insane, and the products may be beautiful. I never really pictured myself buying them, and that's why I figured I'd add it into this anti-haul, because I can't justify that. I can barely justify paying $130 for something that is actually, in my mind, worth it. Even though I really want the product, I'll sit there and be like, I don't need that, I don't need that, no, 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 that's too much. So for something I feel like isn't even something I'm into, I definitely wouldn't even consider. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the Kat Von D Alchemist, is that how you say it? Alchemist Holographic Palette. Personally, I just am not a huge fan of this palette in general. I do like some stuff from Kat Von D, but I feel like some stuff is hit or miss. I really do like her Shade and Light palette, and I really do like her lipsticks, but then other products I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like her foundation, so I feel like it is already hit and miss with me for Kat Von D, and I feel like the Alchemist palette is not something very special. I feel like you can get it in a lot of different, you know, forms. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills does a few holographic type highlighters, and although I do like to do more creative looks, I just know that I would not be reaching for this palette very often, and therefore I can't justify spending $32 on it when it only has 4 shades. So that is going to be why I'm not purchasing the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. And then my last thing I'm not going to be buying, and although I wish I could buy this, like I said with the Pat McGrath Labs little bundle deal that they got, I just, even if I really want it, I can't justify spending like $130 some odd on makeup for just one item. I don't know, I can't. So basically this is the Natasha Denona. This is her new palette that's coming out. It's the Sunset Eye palette, and I think that this thing is gorgeous. It looks awesome, and I've heard so many good reviews about it, but to be completely honest with you, I just can't justify the price point, and I feel like that is the way with a lot of Natasha Denona's products. I heard they're really good, but all of them are very expensive, and I just feel like you can get very good quality for a lot cheaper elsewhere, and these colors aren't colors that I can't get anywhere else. They're not colors that, like, I've never seen before in my life, and I can't go get somewhere else for a better price with still amazing quality. And so therefore, no matter how many times I walk by it and I think that it's beautiful, I will not be purchasing it. Unless for some reason, like, I go really crazy and I win like $1 million, but I don't see that happening in my future anytime soon. So that's the last thing that I will not be buying. I just want you guys to know that this is not meant to bash any companies in any way. It's just kind of stuff that I feel like I don't personally need to go out and purchase myself. And I'm sorry if this is something that you guys really like, or something that you guys are anticipating on getting, want to get. Like I said, it's just personally stuff that I'm not on the lookout and ready to go buy. So I guess that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe down below. I would love to see what else you guys are not interested in buying, your own little anti-haul down below in the comments. Let me know. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye!